think I may know where the dolly went. That went to this storage place. Looks like this guy's got it in his truck. Got Louisiana tag, huh? Kind of looks like the dolly that goes to this building that disappeared. But it could be on the other side of the building. He just may have one like it. Got Louisiana tag. Probably move it up here, maybe for work. Anyway, that's like the 4th load today that I've moved into storage. So I scored on some boxes yesterday a little bit, which was great because I go out every day several times. Every time I go out to take a load, I go look for boxes. And I want to tell you, it's so tight to get boxes, really tough. But I scored on some yesterday. Pretty good lot of them. It just wastes so much of my time going to get boxes when I can be packing and loading. But I gotta have boxes to load, so I can pack. Yeah, please. Got some good loads in so far. It's about 4:15 now. I get up like 5, 6 in the morning every morning. Pack and load, pack and load, pack and load. Start running loads over to the storage. Packing up a lot of my sewing stuff. I'm not doing it all, but I'm doing about 80% of it because I've got to sew a couple things if I get time. I just don't have time yet. I gotta try to get as much as I can into the storages because I was supposed to be moved out by today, but I knew I wouldn't be. I already knew that. With the storms and the shortage of boxes because everybody's moving. I know I'm not the only one. It's been really rough. I waste so much gas driving around every day to get the boxes. But we're dealing with it. Here's somebody with a whole trailer coming to get a bunch of stuff they bought. That JCPenney going out of business is like 90% off, and it's mostly all fixtures now. And they have beautiful tables, man. If you could have the money and get storage and store a lot of that and sell it, people can use it for their home and for a business. They have absolutely beautiful shelves and tables and stuff. Really nice. And if those sunglass people were my friends at Harbor Walk Village, I'd have called them and let them know because there's some racks they could have really used, but they are poo-poo heads. They used me up. And I mean literally used me. I didn't even work for them. They used me like I did. I'm so tired of babysitting grown people. Ay, ay, ay. Dollar Tree's banging. It's Sunday. October day, 81 degrees now. It's getting a little cooler because it's going into the winter time. So that temperature is dropping at night. It gets pretty cool. And I talked to a good friend of mine out in NOLA, and he said it's real cool over where they're at, but gosh, they've been hit by about 5 storms so far. He just got his power back on after a week. Again, not even 30 days later. Again, he had to get his power put back on from the storm damage. He's about over it. He's pretty mad. to stay over at a relative's house. This stuff was down. But not too much traffic today. It's pretty peaceful. And I got in and out of the storage in time without other people there. It's real easy when there's nobody there. If there's people there, it's a pain in the butt. A bunch of furniture, air furniture, pile of it out on the street. It's probably some older person that was restoring furniture or something. They probably passed away or got too sick to fool it anymore. So somebody's tossed it out in a huge, monstrous pile. There's a guy in a little scooter thing. Kind of looked like a moped. Brother called California and he was like, it's illegal for them to put you out just because they want to sell, and here they have a law, they have to pay you and find you another place and pay for that. That's the equivalent price and value. And I said, I don't think they have to do that here. I'm not sure. Really, personally, I'd rather not argue about it. The bottom line, how do you solve the problem? Move. Bottom line, I pay rent. I always paid rent. Paid it early, way early. Usually 2 and 3 weeks in advance. But she'd really like to sell, and I really need to go. The fact there's really no future there. So it's better to head out. It's just hard doing it all by myself here. Such a pretty, pretty day. Whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't look to see what was online for rent yesterday, but the other day it was like everything was $1,400 and up, and there wasn't a whole lot. I just really don't want to pay that much money. Even if I was buying it, I wouldn't want to pay that much money. Because you never know what happens tomorrow. When I bought my big house, I had got pneumonia real bad at one point. So I couldn't even get to Memphis to pick up money out of my shops. I couldn't do anything. It was a good thing. I've always had a really good income. And, I've made it through about 3 weeks, and then I started getting really poor really quick. It was pretty rough. I sold a brand new window air conditioning unit, not even been plugged in the box. I was too sick to even take it to Walmart and take it back. It was over $1,000. Yep. To on the main floor of my big house. And I sold it to a friend of mine, I think like $600 or $400. Shoot, I don't know. And they were like so busy coming over to check it out, and they wanted to test it, plug it in, I'm like, it's never ever been used. You could take it back to Walmart right now and get way over $1,000 for it. It's a bit insulting. today. But there might be some functions that people are at, other than, this morning was the church time, but there may be some big functions today. And that would be where everybody's at. But I would tell you, due to the pandemic, people are starting to run out of money. I don't think they're spending quite as much. Back windows broke. Somebody from NOLA, they got a NOLA license plate on the front of their car. All right. My daughter, she likes the Saints, my youngest girl. We like the Saints. But that's a sentimental thing, so. If you ever heard the background story on the Saints and the Louisiana folks, then you'd be a fan too. It's a precious story. Some pretty good-hearted people down their way. They're not doing too good over there. Not everything's open. They finally opened the bars, but they're all screwed up. You can't shoot pool. Gotta be 6 foot away. It's like all screwballed up. So not everything's open, so there isn't a lot of work. And people are really in bad shape in Louisiana. And you know what? You see a lot of Louisiana tags here. I had told somebody the other day, I don't think the tourism will stop this year. I think it's going to run all year round. Usually in the winter it gets kind of sucky for businesses other than strip clubs. But I think this year is going to just crank right on through. I think it's not going to stop. So that will help a lot of people because it was really tough during the shutdown. A lot of businesses folded forever. And there's still some folding because they just, when we lost the spring, that's all the money. Everybody waits for spring around here. That is the big money. And when the spring was shut down for the pandemic, that really put people in a bad position. They can't recoup. They cannot make the money back for the rest of the year. They have to wait till the next year. The people can't survive that way. They look forward to that spring, that tourist business. This year was really bad. There's some horrible tourists. That doesn't look like anything. Nothing. It's the same stuff as the other day. Let me go up to this other joint. There's another place up here that's pretty good. Look at all the speakers in the back of that SUV. You can't haul a thing in there with all those speakers. It looks like something people used to do when I was a kid. They'd put like house speakers in a car. This guy got like 3. Like he's gonna do a DJ event or something. It's a waste unless you are. Take up all the space in your car, carry all that weight around, use up all your battery power. Why? Because it's against the law to be cranking it up anymore. Although idiots will. You'd be asleep and some bozo going by and got it cranked up full blast way out on the street. I don't realize that some people sleep. LB Lady. Long Beach Lady? that tank is. The palm trees, they are so pretty. They have to be maintained though, that's for sure. So they have this big sinkhole in Pasco County out by Tampa at this Varsity Club bar right next to it. Oh gosh, somebody's boat went underwater. Bummer. It's sitting in a dock tied up underwater. So they say that Florida is just full of that stuff because they have underwater like caverns. When the water hits them, they really start sinking everything above them. And the ground will just collapse. Got a real big one right now, and it's working its way out into the street. The funny thing is there's a lake right across the street. So there might be an underwater spring too, and it's traveling through to the other side of the street from that big lake. Maybe their best bet would be to drain that lake and end all. And those little man-made lakes, they create a lot of problem in those housing communities. They'd like to put a big lake in there, make it look really pretty, but let me tell you what, it brings bugs. The land sinks, your foundation cracks. It's just kind of a mess. It's really wasted land. It's better just to build on it. Forget the lake. Do you want to live by a lake? Something, move to Georgia, Mississippi, somewhere, Arkansas. And that's a lake there. And not a man-made lake. So absolutely beautiful day. I wish I could like go down to the water today or something. I just can't. Got to take care of business. Get this stuff backed up and running behind anyway. I hate that part. I am like 2 weeks going on 3 weeks behind on my schedule to go on tour. I'm so tired. And I just keep moving along. Got to get packed up. I got one room upstairs almost halfway emptied out. The stuff on the main floor has been thinned out. So it won't take a real long time to get all the main floor emptied out, but the upstairs is the biggest problem. There's a lot of stuff up there that's never been unpacked. Stuff that has to be repacked because boxes are no good. But we're moving and grooving. Get her done. Let's go over this joint and see if they got some boxes ready for me yet. It's a really tall red Jeep. Really tall. Let's see if we can get some box over here. Looks like they might have a little bit. I think they they had some picked up. They must have had a delivery. Let me see if they can fit in there. Yay. Let's see if they're any good.